Hello and welcome everyone to the Commodity Report for the 30th of September 2022, presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. So this week we have seen gold have its biggest one-day performance since March of 2020. This is off the back of, at the start of the week, gold priced in British pounds breaking out to all-time highs as we saw the pound break down to historic lows, having a flash crash to the downside on Monday, which then set up for the Bank of England coming in to support the market on Wednesday with emergency measures, essentially going back and restarting quantitative easing. And with that, we have seen gold have a slingshot move higher over 450 points off the lows on Wednesday. I do hope that you managed to capitalize on the move on gold. As you would imagine, at the Gold and Silver Club, we've been building into a number of positions this week on the metals. We've actually been able to build into 6 positions on gold. As of right now, every single gold trade is in profit. That's also been the same with copper, where we've sniped in and built into 4 additional trades on copper and also 4 additional trades on platinum. And we're taking the opportunity to also build into positions on natural gas this week as well, which is also later on in the session on Thursday, caught a bid and broke out over 300 points off the lows of the day. So as you can imagine, it's been a very busy week here at the Gold and Silver Club. Now on Thursday, we've also now seen confirmation that China are also looking to go ahead with quantitative easing into the last quarter. I've had a lot of questions around the Bank of England. Why is it that their intervention in the market has had such a significant impact worldwide? This is because other central banks will then start to follow suit. Now we've got China, then we're going to see other central banks. They're going to follow the same narrative. And of course, eventually we could see the European Central Bank and the Fed pivot as well. We're already seeing at the moment pound US dollar having a slingshot move to the upside. 2 days of significant gains, almost back up to the levels where it broke down from at the start of the week, where the pound US dollar had a flash crash. Essentially at the moment, we have a news failure on the pound US dollar, which essentially means many traders, they've been caught on the wrong side of the move. We've had news which essentially many traders would expect the pound US dollar to be weaker after the QE, which is coming in from the Bank of England. Instead, the pound US dollar has gained in strength. So have all of the metals, which you talked you through in detail anyway to anticipate this. Look at big opportunities to scale in at the swing lows and the lower end of the channels, as most of the market is capitulating. They're selling short, they're getting stopped out of their positions, or they're completely on the wrong side of these trades. As we've seen an immense move on Wednesday through to Thursday on many commodities. Oil prices, they had the biggest move in 10 weeks to the upside on Wednesday. Gold, of course, biggest one-day move since March. At the beginning of this week, again, gold prices priced in British pounds, they broke out to all-time highs. Prior to that, just 2 weeks ago, we had the biggest one-day move on silver since February of 2021. And before that, we have platinum prices. They surged 10% at the beginning of this month. But platinum has offered also fantastic opportunity to build back in, as we saw sell-offs at the beginning of the week and then a subsequent rally later on in the week for you to capitalize on. As I mentioned on Tuesday's report, over this year, we've had a pandemic crisis. We've then had a food crisis. We've had a supply chain crisis. We've then had an energy crisis. We've then had an inflation crisis. And now, of course, we have a currency crisis. With crisis, there is massive opportunity if you know what to do in these market conditions. It's very reminiscent of March 2020, where the Federal Reserve, they came and stepped in, supported the market with quantitative easing. Subsequently, within the next 4 months, gold broke out over 3,000 points. Platinum prices, within 6 months, they doubled in price. Silver prices, within 6 months, tripled in price. That was after the Federal Reserve came in on March the 23rd, 2020, to support the market through quantitative easing, much like we're seeing now from the Bank of England. And that started a huge rally for commodities. As we mentioned before, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Citigroup, Bank of America, they have been prepping their clients for what they perceive as one of the most profitable quarters on record as we get into the final quarter of this year. Essentially going into next week, it's a new quarter, moving to the month of October. Fresh capital then comes into the markets, massive opportunities that we've already seen play out just within the last 48 hours. If you're, for example, on the sidelines here, if you're cautious, you're anxious, you're not sure what to do, you're already missing out on massive opportunities. Look how high gold has rallied already just in a couple of sessions. Look at copper, look at platinum, look at silver, look at oil, and look at natural gas. Massive opportunities already just in the last couple of days. You don't want to miss out on what is going to happen next as we move into the final quarter of this year. So with that, if you would like to join a community of successful traders, learn the professional, research-driven approach to the market, utilizing data, statistics, market intelligence, further align that with the seasonality, the cycles in the market, the intermarket correlations, the ratios in the market, the key areas of liquidity, alongside that, the narratives, what the fundamentals are, the macroeconomics in the market, the geopolitics. Further align that too with how the hedge funds, money managers, banks and institutions are positioned in the market alongside the commercials. That will help you massively. Ditch those outdated technical analysis strategies or gimmicky technical indicators. It's 2022, the age of data. Make sure that you are utilizing data, statistics, market intelligence to give you that edge. So with that, if you would like to join a community of successful traders, learn the professional, research-driven approach to the market, there is an opportunity for you to do so. Just make sure you click in the link below today's report in order to make an application to join our professional mentorship program.